Welcome to my session on reimagining our foodways in the metaverse. I'm Sonia Hunt, and I'm a best-selling author, TEDx speaker, food allergy activist, and health and business strategist. And I'm so honored to be here at the Gatherverse Summit, speaking about a topic that I love, food. My life is dedicated to championing multicultural healing for food-related disease through community, conversation, and products. And I see so much potential in the metaverse to be a place where we can all connect over food and health. You may or may not be familiar with the word foodways. It encompasses all of the traditional activities, attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors associated with the food in our daily lives. This includes customs of food production, preservation, preparation, presentation, and marketing, and uses of food products other than for eating and food folklore. To explain foodways a little bit further, I'll give you an example from Southeast Asia, where my family hails from. For centuries in India, people acquire the food they eat daily by walking to a local food farmer's market and buying fresh ingredients from a local food purveyor. This food is true farm to table, and it's turned into delicious meals using recipes and techniques passed down from generation to generation for families to share. Food's main purpose is for sustenance, and in this culture, food is an experience. Here in the United States, food is treated rather differently as big business, where the entire systematic process is more focused on profit over health or experience. These two food worlds were the dichotomy of my life, growing up as a first-generation Indian American, straddling both Eastern and Western food cultures. Now, it has been said that enjoying food is one of the most important pleasures in life, and I would agree, but it has not always been this way for me, as I'm someone who has lived a lifetime with severe food allergies. Food in the United States has literally tried to kill me multiple times over. And not a day has gone by since the age of 3 where I could not be conscious about what I put into my mouth for fear of death. And as you can imagine, this is no way to live. So when I talk about reimagining our foodways in the metaverse, it's not only about the food that we eat. It's also about building a system to eradicate food-related disease and improve health today and for future generations. It's about completely redesigning and rebuilding where food comes from, what we eat, why and how we eat it, and the effects on our holistic health, meaning the effects of food on our bodies, minds, spirits, and emotions in order to thrive. Healthcare costs account for the biggest added cost to the food system, as Americans spend more than $1 trillion each year on healthcare, with roughly $600 billion attributable to food and diet-related disease, including hypertension, cancer, diabetes, amongst other things. Given our current state of food and health in the United States, what if we were presented the opportunity to rethink the systems and processes and rebuild our American food culture? What would that look like? The metaverse is the place where we can view the mental projection of our healthy digital selves and utilize that information to drive real change in the physical world. The metaverse presents us an opportunity to reimagine food creation and rebuild it consciously. Our imagination is the only limit to what we can hope to have in the future, said American inventor Charles Kettering. And in the metaverse, our imagination is limitless. So I'd like to discuss reimagining our foodways in the metaverse in 3 parts, beginning with why we must reimagine, what opportunities the metaverse presents to drive change, and finally, how we can act now to change. To begin, I believe that the value systems in the metaverse around our foodways need to be completely different than they are in our physical world today. Why? Because humans are suffering in great numbers. Today, poor diet is the leading cause of mortality in the United States. Approximately 74% of adults are overweight or have obesity. 85 million Americans, including myself, are impacted by food allergies and intolerances, including over 32 million who have a potentially life-threatening condition. Nearly half of all American adults, 117 million people, have one or more preventable chronic diseases related to poor quality eating patterns and physical inactivity. And more than 38 million people, including 12 million children in the United States, are food insecure. According to the World Health Organization, heart disease kills 18 million people per year, obesity kills 3 million per year, and diabetes kills 2 million per year. If we are not outraged by these numbers, then we are not awake. The net is that food in the United States is killing us and will yield serious health and social consequences for years to come. So why must we reimagine our foodways in the metaverse? Because humans are struggling to eat, and what we are eating is killing us. And this is a human issue. This is a humanity issue. And the metaverse presents hope and opportunity for all of us. Now, the pandemic triggered an unprecedented healthcare outcry, but it also triggered an acceleration and adoption of emerging technologies and has acutely highlighted the vulnerabilities we have in managing global population health, as well as the opportunities offered by deploying innovative solutions powered by these emerging technologies. The future of global food and food systems is strongly interlinked to the planning, management, and development of sustainable, equitable, and healthy food systems, delivering food and nutritional security for all. I believe that all aspects of our global healthcare ecosystem must undergo a profound digital transformation and disruption in the policies, the processes, the workflows, the practices, and the delivery methods to help prevent food-related disease. The health metaverse ecosystem can become one of the solutions addressing several global healthcare challenges, such as our mindsets around food, the quality of our food, nutrition, taste, interactions with food, quantity, sustainability, and more. The goal of reimagination in the metaverse is to simulate foodway experiences in the virtual world before moving into the physical world. So where do we begin? If I asked you, how do you define what health means to you? What would you say? If you close your eyes and visualize the healthiest version of yourself, what does that look like? Imagine everything, your physical assets, your face, your skin, your arms, your legs, your weight, your body. Imagine your mind and your mental health, your spirit, your vibration, your energy. How do you feel physically, mentally, spiritual, and emotionally? And what, if anything, is different from how you feel in the real world right now? Continue to keep your eyes closed and imagine now what your daily life looks like. What are you eating and drinking? Where does your food come from? Do you know what's in it? Are you cooking your food or are you eating out? What would that healthy self look like in 10 or 20 years' time? And what about this visual image of your healthy self stands out to you? These mental images of your being are incredible insight into your future health. And it's the difference between where you are today and where you'd like to see yourself. That being that you're imagining is in the metaverse, because that's exactly where we are. Research shows that utilizing virtual reality can improve mental health and health behaviors, and it's becoming increasingly used in health promotion. Metaverse applications can help to stimulate brain activity as a key into conscious decision-making around our food and health in both the virtual and the physical worlds. Now, while the metaverse is still in its infancy, it holds tremendous potential for the transformation and improvement of our food approach and our healthcare. And while most people are still trying to figure out and define what the metaverse means to them and their businesses, many companies have already jumped into similar transactional relationships and interactions that they hold in the physical world between corporation and humans regarding food. Utilizing gamification in metaverse apps, fast food companies are already offering gimmicks such as discounts or free fast food by playing their games or reaching certain levels. These corporations are geared toward younger audiences for their coolness factor and luring them into the same unhealthy behaviors that are prevalent in the physical world today. For those of us that want to see this completely changed in the metaverse, it begins by determining what value systems we need to create in the metaverse regarding food. I believe the value systems we need to create are the ones that are embedded in transparency, community, and connection, educating humans and being invested in their well-being. If I imagined what that looks like in the metaverse, I would say that in the near future, metaverse technology will allow us transparency and immediate access to view the end-to-end process of a piece of food that you consume. We'll be able to understand exactly where our food was grown, how it was grown, why it was grown in the way that it was, its nutritional value, effects on our health, and so much more. We'll be able to instantly interact with farmers from all over the world and build stronger local and circular food systems to help keep valuable natural resources and minerals and nutrients in the loop. Working together with these global farmers, we'll ideate and create new solutions for global regenerative agriculture in the metaverse. We'll explore and improve supply chains and production lines in the metaverse such that everything can run smoothly in real production. We'll also find and build communities of individuals who are dealing with similar issues such as food allergies. Now, the people in these communities, they can connect and share information on how to manage food-related disease, but they can also set up DAOs or decentralized autonomous organizations to grow their foods and shop in different ways for allergen-free foods from local markets, and then share all of that information instantly. In the metaverse, we can incentivize and be rewarded for getting healthy and staying healthy. So for example, the more whole foods we plant, grow, and eat from our virtual community gardens, the more rewards that we can achieve. Through AI, we'll see vending machines that distribute healthier foods to communities that require it. With wearables and future implants and biometric data, we'll be able to understand ourselves in a much deeper way, connect with people, build global communities, go on missions together, and develop sustainable, equitable, and healthy food systems that deliver food and nutritional security for all. In order to upskill our food and health in the metaverse, we must begin by connecting with people, accumulating skills and experience in fun ways, learning and ideating, and then creating new things together for a greater good. Success will depend on making these transformations inclusive, especially for those who grow, process, and distribute our food. The food systems have to work for people who work in them in order to create food that is healthy for us and for the planet. And if we value all of this, we have a chance. Now, all of this data that's created in the metaverse will then lead to design and implementation improvements in the real world. In the metaverse, we no longer settle for mediocrity in our food or health because the metaverse health-driven consumer is conscious. They are more informed, more principled, and in search of more lifestyle control than ever before. And the impact that this is having on the global economy is well underway. Can you see a world such as this? I can. So how do we act now, given all of this is in its infancy? Well, author, environmental activist, and farmer Wendell Berry once said that people are fed by the food industry, which pays no attention to health, and are healed by the health industry, which pays no attention to food. Never have truer words been spoken in this time. The foods that we choose to eat, the quality of those foods, and the methods in which they are grown in the coming decades will have a dramatic ramifications for the planet. Will there be enough sustainable and nutritious food for almost 10 billion people by 2050? We'll have to see. The metaverse allows us a place for multi-stakeholder engagement involving farms, retailers, food processors, technology providers, financial institutions, government agencies, and consumers to interact in ways they do not today, with transparency and prioritizing human health above all. By joining our voices on the demands of major online platforms such as the metaverse that are having a massive impact on people's online lives already, we can determine what the value systems are for our foodways, because these platforms can behave differently on all health issues to create a healthier ecosystem than we have today. Imagine a world where the United States has improved our food system so that it actually draws carbon from the atmosphere rather than adding to it, providing nutritious and affordable food for every American, and giving our farm workers the income and the respect that they deserve. We can utilize the metaverse to honor ourselves, honor each other, and honor the planet, to become more mindful and intentional about our foodways. With value systems to create balance and harmony, both physically and digitally, to eradicate food-related disease, help people get healthy and thrive in life. These values need to be instilled now while the metaverse is in its infancies. The possibilities are endless. It won't be easy, and it will take time. For someone like me who grew up in a rich food culture, yet has dealt with food disease my entire life, the metaverse represents hope. And I hope that you will join me in consciously creating new foodways which will benefit people and the planet. Thank you.